Good morning, everybody. It is October the 16th. This morning, you're going to need your chair, a pair of weights, and your body towel. We'll be using the body towel during the first round of our exercise group today. We're going to be doing what we call a triple threat, where we do 7 exercises. We're going to be doing them in intervals of 45 on and 15 off. And we will do this same set of exercises 3 times. And we will do them different ways every time we do those sets of exercises. And remember, this is where we've done this enough that you know the different ways we can do these things. So you get to choose what's going to work best for you today. So we will start with a warm up, working on getting the joints ready to go, not heavy on the cardio because we're going to save that for the actual work. So let us begin with our warm up. All right. Let's just start with our feet. And let's stand here and roll your ankles one way and then another. And then we'll switch to the other side. Roll that ankle. Circle it in the other way. And let's do a couple of heel lifts over here. Do about 8. 8's a good number. Now, we normally go to knees up here, but what we're going to do is we're going to go knee out. So I want you to just kind of pick it up. You're working on taking the hip out. We'll do 4 or 5. And then here, get your balance set. And now we'll go to knees up in the front. Because what we're kind of doing is we're working from the bottom up. And I wanted to get that back part, which is lower than the front part, now the other side, into gear before we did anything else. All right, widen your stance. We're going to roll the hips back, and then we're going to tilt. So you're going to roll the hips back. You're getting into your hamstrings a little bit, and then you're going to tilt forward so you're stretching the front muscles. Now, don't overdo it here. You want to make sure you're keeping it nice and even. One more time. Good. Do a gentle, keep your arms low. Turning at the low spine, bracing your legs. Make sure your knees are not locked out. Bring your elbows up higher. Start to extend your arms so they're fully extended, and you're doing a big turn with your palms flexed in stop sign position. Now drop them into Frankenstein position. And come back to center. We're going to cross our arms with our hands still in Frankenstein position in that curl. Now turn your palms into upside down stop sign position. And now right side up, stop sign position. Bring them up, flat, and down. One more, flat, and down. All right, go ahead and give yourself a good little shake out here. Whatever you feel that's kind of still running a little tension, you kind of want to just move that particular joint. So if you're feeling the tension in your shoulders, wiggle it out. Give yourself a good little shake out. You want the blood moving. You want to feel that kind of thrum of anticipation. All right. So our 7 exercises, we're going to be doing some form of jacks, some sort of front arm, side arm lift. Our hip hinges, we're going to be doing knee lifts. We're going to be doing a pushback, which is when you go back here, Roman soldier, and then the side floor reach, what I call the metronome. So that is the basic that we're doing, and we're going to have little tweaks and different things that we're doing with those. So we're going to start with jacks. And remember, on our standing jacks, you can do an actual jumping jack, marching jack, skip jack, step jack, squat jack, whatever you want to do, because that is what we're going to do. Let me get my phone with my timer right here. So go ahead and get set for your jacks. I'm going to make sure All my details are correct. 650. I've got to math, you guys. Hold on just a second. I did have it preset, but then, your mind goes, did you really preset it? I'm like, well, yes, I did. All right. So I'm going to get the music going. We have a 5-second countdown and we begin our jacks in 3, 2, 1. Whatever style you want to do, whatever level you want to do them at. And since it's 45 seconds, you can do several different kinds. As long as your arms are going up and down, yeah? So I'm going to demonstrate several different kinds. So if you find one you're like, oh, I like that, try it for a couple of seconds. You can do a little kick jack. You could kick forward. High knees. Heels up. 3, 2, 1. Shake it down and pick up your towel for me. We're going to go into front arm, side arm. It's going to be a partial lift, partial stretch. Wide stance. 3, 2, come forward and then go sideways with it. Forward. And you want to do long arm sideways. Forward. See how sideways it is here? So here's my forward. Sideways has almost no profile. Good. Just the front arm, you get that little pull going at the end of your towel. That's your resistance. Excellent. And we're going to put this down in 3, 2, 1. All right, park this guy. Go ahead and get into your hip hinge stance of choice. Go ahead and remember to roll your belly button back, down towards your thighs, sit your hips back. And we begin in 3, 2, 1. The first 10 seconds are going to be just the stretch in the hamstrings. Ooh. Little breath. And go back into that stretch for another 5. And now you begin a small little pulse here. Think of it as you're just doing a gentle knock on the muscles to say, hey, loosen up. Let's get into this. You're gonna make sure your lumbar's in good position for it. Good. We're gonna add to it in the next one. 3, 2, and roll it up. Go ahead and do a couple of heels up for me. And then knees. All right, we're going to do a knee lift to the side. So instead of knee lift forward, knee lift sideways. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So you're going to go here and here. And if you want, you can just kind of do that elbow, kind of give yourself a target. It will double as an ab. If you don't want to do the elbow, just keep your balance and lift your knees up. Either way, it's going to hit all those things regardless of how you present it. But we're doing the opening. We're opening our pelvis up using our hips slightly different than we normally would. Good. This is great for balance. If you need balance assistance, you can always tap and move yourself side to side. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. You want your arms nice and long with your palms flat. And you're going to keep them straight and try to push up as far as you can. So you're going to go up here and back down to your hips. In 3, 2, 1. So think of this more as the stretch. We will add resistance to it later. When you get to the top, you're going to have this little U shape that comes up by your neck. You can kind of tilt your head into it. Make it a stretch for yourself. Good. And you want your fingers long and splayed. You're making those fingers work. Your hands are working for you. Nice long arms. So when we get done, you'll be ready for the shakeout. So your arms are working hard here. You've got your hands extended. 3, 2, 1. Oh, good shake. Gentle roll here because you had your hands in super extension. Roman soldiers, straight leg up with bringing your hand across. You get that little bit of spinal rotation. In 3, 2, 1. So the goal here is to try to lift your leg up as straight as possible. If you're wanting to bring your knee up higher, you can do a little bit of a bend. You may or may not get to your toes. That's okay. You're allowed a lot of leeway on this one because it's just coordination. Good. Three, 2, 1. All right. Take a wide stance. Arms are nice and long. Slight bend in the knees. We're simply going to reach down our side as far as we can go. Stretching our obliques in 3, 2, 1. So here and here. So let's make it when you go down, the high shoulder comes up towards your ear. You're shrugging on one side and extending on the other. So this is our tall stretch cardio. No, our tall stretch. And then we'll go into seated cardio. And then we'll have more standing cardio on the last one. So we're working everything by increments. Good. 3, 2, 1. All right. Give yourself a good little shakeout. Little ankle flexion here. And then we're going to, you can put your body towel away. We are done with that. Pull your chair into position. If you're like me, your chair moves often. It moves a lot. All right, you're going to need your weights for this, but the good news is you have them on a chair and they can sit right behind you. Just about everything that we're doing can be used. You can use the weights on all of these things. So we're going to start over with our seated jacks. So everybody sit down on the front edge. We'll start over with seated jacks. You can use, we're doing power jacks, so your hands will be in this position and open and close. If you want to have weights in your hands for that, you could totally do that, okay? Be a great little way, because power jacks, it was no impact. Still having to use your legs at the hips. Great, great exercise. All right, let me start this over. It gives me 5 seconds to sit down and grab my stuff. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. So our power jacks are just here. Now you can do a little tilt. So you're sitting at that about 70, 80, okay? You can do double legs, which is what I'm doing. You can do one leg at a time with a little bounce. You can do the little extension, like the little Russian dancer dudes. You can do so many different ways with your legs. And if you don't want to use weights in your hands, you do not have to. All right? Good. Make sure you're breathing. And we'll take it down in 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and let your arms go long. Kind of shrug your shoulders a bit. Take your feet out to 45. Make sure your heels are flat on the floor. Hands are resting on your knees. We're going to do front arm raise in 3, 2, 1. So here, we're going to go to the knees and then swoop out to the side. So you're not going any lower than your knees, doing your front and your side arm raise. Good. Normally, if we were standing, we would take it all the way down. Not standing. So you have a more limited movement. You don't get a full release because your arms aren't going all the way down. And that's okay. Just nice and gentle. Slow gliding movement. Last one in 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to do forward hip hinge, which means you got to roll your hips, take your belly button towards this position. Hands are here. We're going to reach toward the floor and come back up in 3, 2, 1. So you don't have to go all the way down, but you do have to come back up to seated. So you've got the weights that are helping you do inner thighs there. And remember, you want to keep your lumbar in hip hinge position. Do not round your back. That's the reason why we're not trying to touch the floor. So we're working through here. Good. Now, you can always use your feet and widen your stance, but again, when you do that, you still have to mind the hip roll, and your arms are only going as far as your hips will let you in 3, 2, and up. Okay. We're going to do kickbacks. So keep your weights. Take your elbows up. Be mindful of know where your back of your chair is, and you're going to kick out slightly to the side. So you're doing a fold. 2 arms. Okay, I've just turned sideways so you can see. So you're here. Go ahead and let your neck go into a good position. You can lean your body forward. Try to go as high as you can, and then fold it back in towards your armpits. Leaving your elbows where they are. Good. Excellent, guys. 3, 2, 1. Let your shoulders come down. Do put your weights down for this one. You don't need weights on this next one. Again, front edge of your chair. Seated Roman soldiers, so your arms are long out to the side. And you're going to kick it up in 3, 2, 1. So you're going to go here and here. So the goal here is really to straighten that leg and then to switch your arm over. You're getting spinal rotation. I know for me right now, back is a little tight, so I'm going to focus more on trying to really straighten my legs, and I'm not going to really try to turn hard on my spine. I'm still getting that pull. So you can always modify to what's going to work for you in the moment that you're doing it. And we'll be done in 3, 2, 1. All right, pick those weights back up. Take your feet back out to 45. Sit up nice and tall. Start with your weights in the V hold, which is between these 2 fingers. Shoulders and hips in line in 3, 2, 1. So you're leaning to the side. Do not try to touch the floor. You're just reaching down as far as you can. Those of you who need a target your chair leg. You got to do it without looking at your chair leg. So spatial awareness, working on that. And of course, we're working on our obliques when we do this one, which is why it's important to keep your shoulders and your hips in the same plane. Three, 2, 1. Oh, last one, I forgot one. So we're going to put our weights on our knees. Because I'm sitting here thinking, what did we miss? And we're just going to sit here and try to lift our knee as high as possible for the last part. Ready? We'll be starting in 3, 2, 1. So here. So without you leaning into it, you have to sit up straight with your lumbar in good position and simply lift those knees. Make sure you're in control all the way up, all the way down. So I don't want you to do a fast lift and a fast foot down. Lift it, control it. Good posture on your back. You're not trying to lean into it because you want your knee to come up as high as it can with you in a straight position. Good. We're cooking right along here. We'll be done in 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, go ahead and stand up for me. And you can go ahead and choose to, well, go ahead and put your chair out of the way. If you need the chair, angle it so that you can go to use it when you think you need it. We're going to go back to our jacks, standing jack with no weights. Now, however, if you want to do a standing jack with weights, again, you would keep the weights low and keep your impact low. So you can spice it up if you choose to. Otherwise, we're going to do regular jacks. Instead of front arm, side arm, we're going to do a small overhead to a small outside. So it's going to be here, and then you just keep it steady and push it out. So you're going into what we call a wide W. So up and then wide W. So we'll pick up the weights for that. We'll do a regular set of hip hinges. We will do on the horse, off the horse, which is our big knee movement and back on both sides. Our push back with the weights this time. Roman soldiers one more time, and then the side floor reach with the weights. So now you know what's coming. We'll go ahead and get started on that. Jacks is where we are beginning. So choose what you're going to do. And we'll do that in 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. So jacks of your choice. We've got the super dramatic music for jacks. Take it down in 3, 2, 1. Good little shakeout. Pick up your weights. Remember, on overhead, you only push up as high as you feel like you need to today. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So you're going to push up and then slide it out. Up. Now, how far do you slide it out? How far is it comfortable? This is not a traditional thing. So you want to keep it within range of what you feel like you can do. You can actually take it lower. So I had it here, like goalpost slide. You can also take it to here. So there's many ways to modify. A modification can always be down and up. Good, you guys are doing great. 3, 2, and down. Set your weights to the side and go ahead and go into your hip hinge position. We're already fairly stretched out. Roll your hips back, belly button down towards your thighs. Sit into your hamstrings, and we'll hold that position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then do down and up. So our halfway down, halfway up one. I like this one simply because you get to hit and you get a little bit of relief, but you don't have to fully stand. So it keeps you in the position the whole time. Excellent, you guys. Three, 2, 1, come up. Give it a good little shake out. And then we're going to do off the horse and on the horse. So what you're going to do, you'll start here, take your leg back, and bring it forward as if you're throwing your legs over a horse. And 3, 2, 1. So here and back. And now we do the other side. Whatever you want to do with your hands, totally fine with me. Big hip movement. Great flexibility work here. This is one that can be done holding on to the corner of a table so that you have more room for your outside leg to move. Good. Last one. All right. Pick up those weights. We're going to go into pushback. Where we had long, straight arms and fingers last time, long, straight arms with the weights. Nice and tall. 3, 2, 1. And just come back to your derriere. You're not coming all the way back to hips. You want to keep it in the lift zone. Pushing your shoulder blades toward one another. Ah, yeah. Good. Now, if you can see yourself in your own camera, turn sideways so that you can make sure you can kind of see what kind of lift you've got going on. See, don't be afraid to use a mirror or the camera to show you where you are in your form. And we'll be done in 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to put these weights down. We're going to do our last set of Roman soldiers. Shake it out. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. You want to make it a little spicier, do a little toe lift while you're doing it. So you're lifting your entire body weight, all flaily and stuff, while you're doing it. If you don't want to do that, then don't. Get those legs up there. 3, 2, 1. Shake it down. Pick up those weights for one last round. All right, weights to the side, legs are wide, sit your hips, shoulders are in line with your hips, and side to side in 3, 2, 1. Be mindful of your lumbar. Your hips should not be too far back because your shoulders have to be with those hips. If you overbend your knees, then you're gonna feel like super awkward and your back is gonna complain. So then you kind of straighten them a little bit. Just don't lock them out, I guess would be the best thing. Good. Almost done. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and set your weights to the side. All right. Let me take a quick look. Okay, good. All right. We're going to go right into our cool down. And we're going to start the same way, do this the same way we started. We're going to start with our ankle. So do your rolling. Hold on if you need to. Go the other way. And then let's go to this one. And roll it the other way. And about 6 heels up. And remember, we did that little knee to the side. Let's do 5 here. And then the other side, so you switch. Keeping your body open. And then about 6 to the front. And then plant your heels. And then hip hula. We're going to put that in there. 2, 3, we're going to do 4. 4, and the other way, excuse me. And then we're going to gently turn. Keep our hands long for the moment. 3, 4. We're going to change it up a little bit. Bring your fingertips to your ears. So you're opening your chest. 1, 2. It feels a little different with your arms up. 3, 4. Fingers clasped behind your head. You can rest them on top of your head or behind your head. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, take your hands up, and I want you to just connect your 2 hands. So however you want to do it, fingers by the wrist, elbows up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to take our arms behind in our push-up position. We're going to squeeze our shoulders and take our head back and hold it in this position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to roll our shoulders forward, cross our hands, tuck our chin, and hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe everything up as you release. And exhale down. All right, you guys. Great way to start the week. All right, you guys, make sure you're enjoying the weather somehow, some way. Get outside when you can. Enjoy the bare feet on the grass before it starts dying and gets all prickly and stuff. And just get you some vitamin D today. I love you. I'll catch you on the flip side.